If someone puts me, like drafts me in the military, I'm so sorry. I'm running the other way.
Do you think that men have a duty to defend you while you sleep? Do you think that men would be cowards if they did not go to the draft?
I don't necessarily think they'd be cowards.
Well, then who would protect you?
Couldn't tell you.
Do you think that men have a responsibility to show up for the draft if they're drafted? To defend the nation and make sure that you're protected?
Yes.
Well, then how come you don't?
If men who aren't drafted in the military don't protect us, I don't know who's going to protect us.
Right. So if they have that responsibility and they're cowards if they don't go to the draft, right? Somebody has to go. You would prefer that it's them over you, right?
Yes.
That doesn't sound very equal. You're talking about feminism being part of this equality and anti-patriarchy. It would appear that the patriarchy is necessary because you want them to go and fight wars on your behalf so that you can sleep at night without having any troubles, right? And you don't want to go fight those wars.
So nothing bad happened? You didn't wreck it? You didn't hit anybody? You didn't run anybody over? You didn't get a speeding ticket? Wait, Jeffy, why are you making that face? Jeffy, did you get a speeding ticket?
If anyone cares, I now identify as bacon. 73% fat and salty as fuck.
This is Put a Finger Down, Places You've Had Sex edition. In a car. In a hotel. In a shower. Someone else's house. A movie theater. A cemetery. School. Work. A park. A river, pool, or beach. Woods. Or in your own house.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No. No, we're not doing that. No. I don't know why you're into this, but we're stopping it right now.
I'm sorry. Not everybody fits in the bad bitch genre. It's a genre. Not everybody fits on the rasta.
Can someone tell me why it still hurts even when like you're getting back into dating and you feel more mature and you end things with someone after like a couple of dates? And like I've been on like 3 dates recently, like 3 dates with 3 different guys, but I've gone on like second dates with all of them, second or third dates, and I ended it with one guy, the other guy ended it with me, but I was gonna end it with him anyway, so that was mutual. And this other guy, you just can tell he doesn't feel it. And like I thought that because I'm more mature and because it's mutual, or because I'm making the decision, that it would be less hard and I would be less sad because it's early on and stuff. But I think when it's just stacked on top of each other, like it adds up. Like, why am I crying? Like, does anybody else feel this way? Even just like when you feel like you're mostly healed and you're going back into dating, like why does it still fucking hurt? I hate it out here.
So she wrote in the video description, "I'm cringe but I hate dating. Hashtag dating 101, hashtag dating in your 20s, hashtag NYC dating." To answer her question, women aren't built to sleep around. That's why her body becomes sad to signal to her to get back with the last man she was with. The only problem is the guy moved on because she didn't know how to keep, and there's no one around to encourage her to keep a relationship. This seems to be a good sign that she can still pair bond, but it sounds like she's not taking the hint from her body that she can't be breaking these bonds, because she just quote-unquote dated 3 guys in a row. And I use the word dated loosely, because it means in 304 code that she could have slept with them, especially after a breakup, for a rebound. Eventually, if she continues to sleep around, her emotional connection to each relationship will go away until every new guy will just be a swinging dick to her. This is why at least 25% of women in the feminist West are on some type of drug to suppress the emotional damage that comes with being a 304, along with anti-anxiety drugs which suppresses the body from feeling guilt for being an HOE. The top comment says, "Try just dating one person at a time instead of multiple. It's crazy how people serial date these days." Yeah, and this is why I tell men to stop giving free relationship benefits to women, because it gives them an incentive to date more men at once, to have their whole life catered to. This includes your time and attention. If she doesn't clearly express that she's only talking to you, then you're probably one of the many men she's using to fill up her empty life. 3 at a time, good lord. A verified TikTok thought comments, "I believe being able to make these hard decisions is a sign you're getting closer to your person. Many people stay in relationships or keep dating people they know aren't right for them. Nah, the closest she'd ever get to her person was when she was a virgin, but she probably threw that away for some high school chat at a party. The more these females date, the more entitled they become because they're able to experience the best qualities and dating benefits from men. So anything less, as in an average guy's benefits, is a letdown. Nothing will impress and woo her if she gets flown out to an exotic location by a pro athlete. Hey, don't worry, it gets even worse in your 30s. She's definitely going to make a video asking where are the good guys once she hits or is about to hit the wall. And to answer her question, the good guys aren't into women dating 3 men at once, even during the talking phase, so she might as well order a lifetime supply of wine because she's going to need to drink herself to sleep for the next 50 years.
Heartfelt story of how in 11th grade I became a school slut. I just moved across country and started at a new school. I had exactly one friend. We'll call her Shady, because she was a shady fucking bitch. She started dating a senior boy and didn't want to hang out with me, which is fine. She got all these new cool friends and they didn't like me because I was new and a girl, and I guess that's enough reason. Well, Shady started telling everybody that I fucked a bunch of people, and I was like, what the heck? How? Who? I literally sit at home and watch Harry Potter. I have no friends. Nonetheless, they'd taunt me in the hallways and be like, you slut. Or they'd follow me to the classroom and be like, we're gonna beat your ass. They'd message me on Facebook and be like, we're gonna kill you. And I'd be like, why don't you like me? And they'd be like, die. And I'd be like, okay, fair enough. So I got tired of the bullshit. I was like, I'm gonna become the one thing they fear the most. A real whore. So shortly after, I made one other new friend. His name was Juan, and he was great, and I loved him, and he would invite me to all the parties. I'd go to these parties to get drunk and make out with the guys that these girls liked. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty petty, but yeah. So when I would return to school after the weekend, they'd be like, you're a whore. I'd be like, true. There's really no moral to the story, but if you can't go high, just go really fucking low and beat bitches at their own game.
I don't think that's a flex this bird brain thinks it is. WHORE is the lowest female out there, dating-wise, besides a single mom. And women usually don't tell the whole truth when they're voluntarily confessing something, so I highly doubt it was just making out at parties, where there's underage drinking for sure. This female has ruined the rest of her life calling herself an HOE because no man she'd respect would want to be known as the sucker who married the neighborhood bike, where everyone got a turn for free. It's fun and games now while she's young and attractive, but when she hits the wall, she'll find out her true relationship value the hard way, which is no value. I'm pretty sure even at her age now, no man of worth is going to commit to her. Men love to feel special, and there's no amount of gaslighting and lying she can do to cover up the fact that she referred to herself as an HOE. So many females in the comment section relate to this 304. Can we be best friends? This is amazing. Yes, you're my soul sister. This is everything. I love this so much. Just shows how trash women in the feminist West really are. A simp comments, when I have a daughter and they have problems with bullying, I'll show them this TikTok. Bruh. And this is why the younger generations that have a father are still turning out to be 304s. Because the fathers are weak, betas, misguided, or are not red-pilled. If people, especially other females, are calling your daughter a 304, it's probably because she's acting like one, which means she needs to stop.
So today I'm going to be showing you guys the most basic dorm room UCLA offers. And I want you guys to guess how much UCLA is charging their students to live in this dorm. So let me show you guys inside. Keep in mind this is the smallest dorm at UCLA and it is the cheapest. So welcome inside. Right when you come in, there's a bunch of storage. So let me show you guys inside. Come over here. You can see how much room. You can fit so many clothes inside, which is perfect. And you also have more space in here. So come along. Every person gets a bunk bed and a desk and then closet space, as I mentioned. So you can just keep coming along. I know it's really small, but this dorm actually has the best view. Let me show you. Let's see those dumpsters. Another thing to mention is that the students in this dorm rented the fridge and microwave from the university. It cost $600. Now, I have a question for you guys. How tall do you think I am? I can stand like this and touch both sides of the beds. So all of the rooms on this floor share this bathroom. And as you can see, there are a bunch of different stalls, so you will not need to wait for a turn in the shower. There is so much room in this bathroom, so although there are about 30 people sharing this bathroom. It is quite spacious. And as you go this way, it is where all of the toilets are.
$600 to live like the kids of a deadbeat single mom who can only afford a 2-bedroom apartment but has at least 2 kids, which means they have to share a room with bunk beds. They're trading their prime years to eventually become a barista at Starbucks because their degrees are worthless, no matter if it's from a top college like UCLA. 50 years ago, women their age already owned their own house because they got married to a hardworking man. But feminism happened, and now this is so-called progress, sharing a small room with 4 other adults like they're in a summer camp. It's crazy how in the USA it's still common to share. Here and in a lot of other countries, everyone gets their own. In other countries, not everyone gets to go to college, and it's not a Ponzi scheme yet. Meaning, especially in the developing countries, only the best and brightest get to go to college to actually study a real discipline, not women's gender studies for LGBTQ literature or teaching. That's a luxury compared to my dorm. They're getting charged more for less, and have compound interest on those loans, meaning if they pay the minimum on those loans, it'll double and triple the original cost. These young women are going to be debt slaves for the rest of their lives. There's no men that save them because of the MGTOW reality. My dorm is smaller than this, and I pay $22,000 a year for it. These females can't even do basic math. $22,000 per year is a house down payment.
5 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Let's get into it, ladies. Number 1, taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in him and what he does for you. Number 2, not communicating well or effectively, like expecting a man to read your mind and getting mad when he can't. Number 3, being dismissive about how your behavior makes him feel, or becoming overly defensive when you're being held accountable for your action. Rumor has it that women struggle with accountability. Number 4, being self-consumed and unwilling to compromise. Being so hyper-focused on your laundry list of needs, desires, wants, that you neglect his needs in the process. Remember, a relationship is not just about you or one person getting their needs met. And number 5, allowing your unaddressed trauma, your insecurity, make it hard for that man to enjoy his life and pursue his purpose in peace. Becoming insufferable.
Number 1 way to lose a good man is to act masculine, which is the way you're acting right now. Men don't want to be married to another man. They want a soft-spoken lady who's their peace and helps them relax. Every time this female opens her mouth, no matter how inspiring her speech is, she gives off nagging vibes. It's like she tells you to take out the trash every time you hear her voice. These females need a mute button because literally quiet is more valuable than their bimbo thoughts. And this female addressed the super basic requirements, which just shows how bad it is to date in the West. Nothing about cooking and cleaning for the man or actually making him happy. It's, to sum it up, stop being a self-centered bitch.
My biggest regret in life is getting my tubes tied. And it's not just because I want to get pregnant again. Doctors will promise you that it's not hormonal. It is. And it's caused my hair to fall out at a very alarming rate, weight gain, and not being able to lose that weight. And let's not even get started with the fucking periods. My periods are so bad after getting this procedure done that I have to get iron infusions because I'm severely anemic because of the amount of blood I am losing during my period. My doctor's solution, getting back on birth control to control the bleeding. That defeats the fucking purpose. I got this done so that I didn't need birth control because it's really bad for your body. Truth be told, I would have rather just stayed on birth control because the effects that this has had on me is worse. If you're on a birth control that you don't like, you can stop taking it or you can have it removed. Once you get your tubes tied, you're stuck unless you pay $6,000 to get them untied. And when I said that in my last video, because I made a video saying I regretted getting my tubes tied because I wanted more children, that is true. But I said that I wasn't paying $6,000 to have it reversed. Everybody was like, well, if you can't afford to pay $6,000, you can't afford to have another child. No, I just don't see a point in paying $6,000 for a 10-minute procedure that you only have a 50% chance of even getting pregnant again. Because doctors will tell you that there's a 75% chance you can get pregnant after getting them untied. My doctor told me it was way less than that. It was only about 50%. And that's another thing. These doctors are not fully transparent with you. I did a lot of research. and I was aware of the negative side effects. When I brought it up to my doctor, he assured me that that's not true. And so I went ahead and got this done, and I wish I didn't. Depression. My depression is worse, way worse. My anxiety is way worse. My mood swings is way worse. Most women who get this procedure end up needing a full hysterectomy. Speaking of hysterectomies, I would have gotten a hysterectomy, but most doctors will not do it unless it's medically necessary. I did my research because I really only wanted to go through with this because I was told that it was not hormonal. When you do your research, it'll tell you that it's not hormonal. And your doctors will tell you that it's not hormonal and that it does not affect your periods. It's a lie. It does affect your hormones tremendously. And if you read the comments on that video that I made, it's pinned, you will see that it affects your hormones. And all these things that your doctors promise it doesn't do, it does. And I know every woman's body is different. You know, some women get this procedure done and they have no issues. But there are a lot of risk factors that come with this, and they're very common. Sex drive. Since getting my tubes tied, I hate the thought of sex. I kind of have a case of a dry down there, okay? That's also very common. Most women end up being put back on birth control to control the bleeding, which again defeats the purpose and is what my doctor tried to get me to do. A lot of women experience depression, anxiety, lower sex drive, hair loss, all these different things. And doctors tell you that it's not because of hormones, but let me show you this. Some doctors speculate the lingering problems could be the result of hormone loss or other undiagnosed conditions. Hormone loss. How would that happen? I don't know, probably because getting your tubes tied affects your hormones. And I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do with their body. You know, it's your body. It may work really well for you. I'm just going off my experience, and I'm going off the experience of many other women who have commented the negative experiences they have had after getting their tubes tied. Doctors are not fully transparent with you. They don't tell you the truth. And when you look on Google to do your own research, one thing tells you it affects your hormones, one thing tells you it doesn't. There's no definite answer in anything. And obviously there's not going to be, because like I said, every woman's body is different. But these are just things that I want you to take into consideration if you are thinking about getting this procedure done, because I wish I hadn't.
I'd imagine tying the tubes signals to the body that it's all downhill from now. If there's no way to create babies anymore, then screw it. No need to try to attract a man either. Hence why the hair is falling out already. It doesn't know that she did this so she can have more bedroom fun and not get pregnant. And there's a natural thing called menopause, but I guess these females can't wait that long. Modern feminism has convinced women that these critical body functions like periods are an inconvenience. When things like periods cleanse the body of toxins, which is one reason why women live longer than men, and it allows them to have kids. Who would have thought stopping a natural body function will have serious side effects? Who would have thought these doctors would lie to make money? It's not like Big Pharma gives them kickbacks for prescribing patients various drugs. It's not like they don't have a second sports car and medical school loans to pay off. It's not like Big Pharma will hire attractive female reps to promote products by sleeping with the doctors. Yep, I've talked to 2 other people and all of our periods are horrendous after a tubule. And Doc said it wouldn't affect anything. Play stupid games and win stupid prizes. I got my tubes removed and it is the worst mistake I've ever made. Let's face it, most females today do this or take birth control pills so they can sleep around even more. At least with the risk of a pregnancy, they're either forced to use a condom or be more selective with the men they choose to do the dirty deed with. I removed my tubes at 25, and yes, my period is horrible, I lost so much hair. Yo, hormonal acne too, like wah. Damn, these females are practically ending themselves so young just to be a 304. They're going to be miserable for 60 years just so they can have fun for maybe a decade. This is why I'm so nervous about vasectomies, especially when feminism promotes it. If you had one, let us know in the comments if there's any side effects you wish you'd have known before getting it done. I personally don't want to end my chance of passing along my seed in the future.
Ladies, chivalry is absolutely dead. I've got female clients coming up to me telling me that men's dating behavior has changed, that they are no longer offering to pick them up, helping them in their jackets, or doing anything that a gentleman would do. And on top of that, most men do not want to commit towards a serious relationship. But the problem is, that is exactly what women want. Commitment. All that men are saying nowadays on dating apps is, hey, you want to Netflix and chill at mine? Or, hey, you want to hang out later, I'll come to yours? Whose fault is that? That is absolutely 100% our fault. That is purely women's fault. If you're going to their house after just a couple of days or a couple of weeks and doing what you gotta do, that is not proper dating behavior. Women make it way too easy for men nowadays to simply get laid. We are coming over to their house like a free pizza for them to enjoy. Who wants to put in effort for a free ordered pizza? Nobody, right? Why would he change that behavior? Men would be absolute idiots to put in more effort and get the same thing, right? Most likely, men after a few days, few weeks, they are already pulling back effort. No more text messages, no more good mornings, no more good nights. Most of the time, they won't even tell you that they don't want commitment. You are just feeling it. That is heart-wrenching, but so logical. You are feeling no effort, no commitment, low commitment, and hoping for things to change. I have a client who told me that, he spent the night at her house, they did what they gotta do. In the morning, he had to leave a little bit earlier than she did. What did she do? She made him breakfast. Why are you doing that? What has he put on the table? For what are you doing that? You are doing that because you're building on potential and hoping that things might change. You're thinking to yourself, if I treat him the way I want to be treated, he will start understanding that I am girlfriend material. You're thinking, if I have the best sex in the world with him, he will start committing more. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, honey, but it ain't gonna change. It is what it is, and he's not gonna start committing more. You are giving him full boyfriend privileges, hoping that he's going to be your boyfriend, whilst he is sure that all you are is a little fling. He is getting full content without any subscription. He's getting all the wifey privileges without putting in any wifey effort. He's not even putting in girlfriend effort. He's putting in zero effort. So if we want things to change in men's dating behavior, 2023, 24, 25, for all the future ladies in this world, we need to pull on one string. Now, what does that mean? The more commitment he puts in, the more effort you can add. If he tells you that he doesn't want a relationship, listen to him. Now, don't try to read between the lines and try to change him. Listen to what he's telling you. Accept it, say thank you, next, and move on gracefully. It's not about playing silly games like not answering his text messages for 3 hours or random things like that. It's about restoring an equilibrium of effort and equilibrium of commitment on both sides. You are not putting in more than you are getting. You have to wait for the guy to put in a little effort to then give him a little privilege. He puts in more effort, he gets more privileges. That is a natural way of building a healthy relationship. It's about knowing your worth. It's about not handing him over a free prize without him having to put in any effort. Don't forget, men biologically like to hunt. It's in their genes. If you're giving yourself away for free, it's nothing special to them. If you're making them work for it, the more that he has to put in effort, the more worthy you will be for him, the more special you will be. This is what you want. You want to be special and not a free pizza.
Like always, this dating coach is talking about how females are allowing Chads and Tyrones smash the very day they meet, while these females are demanding these regular guys, including great guys, to jump through a ton of hoops and spend a ton of money on them just to date them. That's one reason why chivalry is dead, because most guys realize they're treating 304s like real honorable women. Chivalry isn't just men being courteous and wooing a female the old-fashioned way. She needs to act like a lady by being polite, soft-spoken, cheerful, and honorable. which means she can't be dating anyone else, or even talking to anyone else while she's being courted by one man who's given her these benefits. These females aren't cooking food for a picnic date in the park. No, they're demanding a restaurant with at least a $100 bill. Men as a whole acted the way they should and stopped giving modern women chivalry because they don't deserve it. Feminism itself is against the principles that chivalry was founded on, yet these feminists love these chivalry benefits. They seem to forget they're strong and independent when they're dating. And what this dating coach is getting wrong is that modern women love the chase. They love to try to be that female that tames the bad boy or player. They firstly go after the men that they aren't qualified to be with. Secondly, they're addicted to drama and trauma. So the more these top men treat them like trash and cheat on them, the more thrill they get going through all the emotions. It's like they're living in their own drama fantasy. And thirdly, what this dating coach isn't getting is that these females aren't even giving the Chads and Tyrone's wife privileges because they don't cook and clean. Two guys make similar comments. I've tried to help some ladies, happened 2 times, on the London Underground with their huge luggages. Do you think I'm not able to do it? Was the reply. I used to be old school, but I got yelled at for opening doors. I can open my own doors, and being called a creep for opening a door and waiting. Yeah, many of these females only want chivalry from the top 10% men who will pump and dump them, not from the average hardworking guy unless if it's a monetary benefit. Dude comments, our effort is a direct reflection of what we see as your value. Your value is based on what you are. Exactly. Like I said, men aren't giving 304s traditional benefits anymore. Hell, most have checked out of the dating scene in one way or the other, even if they're not aware of MGTOW.
I ain't doing that. I'm just gonna suck it up, keep it pushing, thug it out. You know what I'm saying? That's the way what I do. I enjoy crying. I'm gonna put it like that. I'd rather cry every now and then before I feel like I'm crazy and I gotta go sit and talk to somebody. Hell no, I ain't crazy. I'm just hurt. When the motherfuckers hurt, they cry.
This is the life of a single mom. She wanted to be a baddie and let thugs hit it raw. Now she's a single mom for life because they've definitely quitted after they hit it. A lot of this is massive cope because no one is going to save her, especially with MGTOW. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.